What's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the 8 to 5 Trader Trades. Today I ended up plus 3150. After all of my commissions, I ended up plus 109. I ended up negative 115.59. I had over $100 in commissions today. I traded a lot. I had 37 tickets. That includes scaling out. Today was very rough. We're gonna go over what went wrong here. And I will say that I did really well fighting back from minus 250. And I think I did pretty well. So let's talk about it. So first trade of the day was SQ. So SQ, I was looking for the opening range breakup. And what I ended up doing here after the first 5 minutes, I was looking for this to pop up. So I went 400 shares long, ended up stopping out at the 20 moving average on the 1 minute. Then I got back in with 400 shares thinking it was going to pop finally, and ended up stopping out again. And by that time I was down about 92 bucks. But my thing, when I look back at this, at least this is what I'm thinking in my head. I think the reason why this went wrong because I was so extended right here from the non-moving average at the time. My entry was here, then non-moving average here, then it pulled back, and then it finally did make that move from the 20 and the 9 all the way up. This is the move I was looking for right here, but I was just too early. But had I waited to get that entry near the 20 moving average, I could have gotten in right around in here somewhere, and then I would have definitely gotten that pop, that nice clean pop actually. And it just didn't work out. So that is SQ. I don't think I took any more trades on SQ, although I did catch some of these moves later. I was watching, but I didn't take any on it. Okay, next trade was GOOS, so Goose. Goose, I also tried to open the range break up. It didn't work out initially. And then luckily I stopped out with a fairly minimal loss. But on this trade, you can see I was at the non-moving average. I had the 20 moving average below. It's kind of was a pretty good setup. So we dropped off at the first 5 minutes and we started to come back up. I waited for my entry near the 20 and the non-moving average, but being that the 50 was here, we didn't really have a clear trend here. So we did consolidate and drop down. So I went 400 shares here long at 34.19, then I stopped out at 34.10. So I lost 9 cents on that move. So the price action dropped, right? And then I waited. I waited patiently. A few minutes later, then I went long 400 shares at 34.24. Then I got that move that I was really looking for initially. Then I scaled out twice right here. So I dropped down to 200 shares, and I dropped down again to 100 shares. And that's when I scaled out again with 50 and scaled out again. And then I stopped out near my break even right here at the break of the 20. And then that's when we start turning into a bearish pattern. And then the price action ended up going up again. So it offered another opportunity for another pop. So had you been patient again, just waiting for that entry, you could have gotten in here. You could have got a nice little move up to the upside. So that was Goose. And I think I took another trade later on. But then DLTR gave me the runaround. I should have left this alone because of the volume, but that was just my mistake. But I had the right idea, but I should have been more patient to make sure I had the best possible entry. So I went long right here, 300 shares at 98.46, looking for a pop up. And then I actually went long on the counter trend. So we actually were getting ready to make a new 5 minute low here. And I thought we were going to get that bounce off of that non-moving average on the 5 minutes. So I went long, and then I stopped out. Then I waited again. I waited for that bullish push up past the 20 moving average. I went long 98.53, got one scale out attempt right here, and took everything off. No, actually, yeah, I took everything off after I missed this, and I was thinking to myself, okay, it's probably going to drop now after we started to, I guess, go to the downside because this move wasn't really strong to me. So then I decided to go short. Went short 300 shares, 98.60, and I missed a cover point here. I think I was up maybe 60 bucks on this trade. And then I ended up stopping out at near break even at 98.66, and I ended up losing 6 cents on that trade. So I ended up losing 18 bucks on that trade. But as you can see here, had I gotten in here, that would have been the move that I was looking for previously right here. But I do think the second trade on DLTR was a good trade. This was more of a patient trade, and this was more of a trying to catch the trade before it actually happened. So this is actually catching it as it's forming and happening versus right before it starts happening itself. So that is DLTR. Then I got back in, let's see, DLTR Qualcomm. Qualcomm was really good to me, even though I didn't take advantage of the trade. per se. So Qualcomm, I tried to go long on Qualcomm, went long here. And I kind of got a late entry here. You can see right here, this is where I normally would have gotten in at the 20 and the 9. I kind of got in a little bit late here, but it did give me an opportunity. I went long 400 shares at 66.49. My risk to reward here would have been at the break of this counter right here. So really about 10 cents right here. But had I gotten in here, I could have held to the bottom of this counter right here. So I went in long. And really, you can see right here at the bounce off, like this strong push right here. This is an indication that it had a good chance of popping up. So it did pop up, and after I gotten out, it did go up another maybe 20, almost 20 cents. So that would have been right at 80 bucks. That could have at least taken a partial here and then stopped out at break even when it came back down. But the real move actually had you waited. You know, you stopped out here and you had to just kept watching. You could have gotten in here for an entry, or you could have waited for the pullback on the 1 minute and gotten in at the 20 right here, and you still could have gotten that entry. So that's what I've been working on, is just waiting for that entry to happen, because the market will give you an opportunity. You just got to wait for it. And you guys can see right here, like since I normally try to get in at the 20, it was an opportunity here to get in. You could have waited for the pullback here and gotten in. You could have gotten in here. You could have waited and got in here. There were several opportunities to capitalize on this trade and get something out of it had you just waited for that really good entry. So that's that. Roku was really good to me. Well, actually, I took another trade on Qualcomm. I'll go ahead and go over it. But I tried to go short on Qualcomm. I saw this trade right here. It didn't close below the 9. It pushed down. Then the next 5-minute candle, we pushed down again, but we didn't hold. But it didn't go up either. So I decided to take it to the short side. And then I did go short right here. I would have liked to gotten like around here maybe. But I went short right here a little bit late, 66.72. And I actually got almost 10 cents out of that move. So I was up about 36 bucks. And then I ended up stopping out for a small loss. So I'm perfectly okay with that. Perfectly fine with that. But I did make some money on the long side. I don't know if I said I did earlier, but I did make some money on the long side. Granted, it wasn't as much as it could have been had I taken a partial here, but I did make money on Qualcomm. Next trade was Roku. So this is around the time where I was like super down, but I was still trying my best to take good trades, whether they worked out or not. I still wanted to make good trades. So Roku, I choked on this trade. I went long. I waited for the pullback. Again, like I was saying, you will get an entry at some point. So I waited for the pullback here. I got in near the 20. So my stop loss would have been near right here. So I went long 200 shares at 93.64. Got that pop up right there. And I didn't cover anything. Sell anything or take a partial. And I ended up stopping myself out at 93.67 and taking a 3-cent profit. So I made like $6 on that trade. But had I waited and stuck to my original stop loss, I could have gotten a very healthy pop here and made probably close to $100 on that trade if I took a partial here and waited. But I probably would have stopped out near break even had I taken that partial at the top. But I did wait for a better entry on Roku after Roku consolidated. And then I waited here, and I waited for this pop right here. See that? Made it a two bullish 5-minute candles. I got in at the 9 on the 1 minute. That's right above the 9 and the 20. I went long 300 shares at 93.57. Took a partial here. About 20 cents later, took 100 shares off. No, 150 shares off. Then I took off another 75 shares here. Took another partial. Then I stopped out, and then my break even after the price action broke. But then, if you waited, had you waited, Roku gave you another opportunity here at the 9 and the 20. And then you could have rolled the momentum up, or you could have got in here and rolled the momentum up. So Roku gave several opportunities to get in on some of this action. But I did make some money on Roku, so I'm very happy with that. Then I had TEVA. I tried to go short. No, actually I tried to go long on TEVA, I want to say. Let's see here. What did I try to do here? So yeah, I tried to go long here. I think my entry was good. It just didn't work out. So I went long 800 shares here. Went long 400. Then I added another 400 on the way up. We did get a small pop. Then it came back down. Me fearing that it was going to continue to wash down, I actually sold everything. So I took a small loss of $20 with 800 shares. I was looking for that 50 moving average right here. But as you guys can see, it did attempt again, and then it finally sold off. So I'm perfectly fine with that trade not working out and me stopping out and only getting a small loss. But then I took one more trade on Goose, and I think this is what actually ended up bringing me back near the positive. This is my last trade. And had I been a little bit more patient with it, with the scaling out, I would have made more money out of this. But I waited, again, for the perfect entry that would have allowed me to, you know, best risk reward. And I was really afraid of this trade because it almost didn't work out. So I waited. The price action consolidated. It dropped to the non-moving average, and it started to come back up. But on the 1 minute, you can see I was kind of late as far as like looking at the 5 minute right here. But on the 1 minute, it looked perfect. So I got in right at the 9 and the 20, then it dropped. And I was like, oh man, this is really gonna happen. So I guess you could have said that I could have waited a little bit, a few seconds longer to, I guess, for anxiety reasons. But I got in 400 shares, and I was anticipating, okay, I'm gonna hold this until it drops past this previous green candle here. So I was going to hold it till it either broke the non-moving average on the 5 minute or till it broke the 1 minute, but it did go up, and I scaled out accordingly, took 2 partials, and then I stopped out at the break of the 20 moving average. But had I, and this was the limit order I had set, so had I held it with a physical stop, I actually would have made more out of that move. So with another, let's see, 100 shares at 35.18, there's a chance I could have gotten almost another $100 out of that trade. So that actually would have brought me a lot closer, probably damn near break even on my net P&L. But I'm happy the way I traded after I made my mistakes. I did make those mistakes earlier on, which set the course for the day. But I am glad that I made the trades the way I did, because it makes me feel confident that I can make good trades even though I made these mistakes earlier. So I just had a bad day, just had a bad start. But I'm glad that I was able to recoup and show myself that I can make good trades despite what happened. So, again, for those of you guys that are watching, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit that like button to keep up with my trades, because I do plan on going live. I'm just working out my mental, again, as I've always said. It's always a learning curve, learning myself and everything, but making sure that even though I'm doing these trades like this, I'm still trying to capitalize and wait when it does offer that perfect opportunity, the opportunity that I take advantage of it. So, yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll see y'all in the next one.